Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into a really potent idea for anyone pushing their limits, something Coach Ed Padalecki discusses. This concept of activation energy.
And it's interesting because it's borrowed from chemistry, but he applies it much more broadly.
Exactly. Like, think about water. It needs to get to 212 Fahrenheit to
Mhm.
actually boil. 211. Still just hot water.
Or wood igniting at 451 degrees. There's
Huh.
always that specific point, that threshold you have to cross.
Right. And Coach P's whole thing is applying that to, well, to high performance. Business, coaching, athletics, you name it.
It's about that minimum level of energy or maybe focused effort you absolutely need to put in to spark real, lasting change. Anything less doesn't quite cut it.
So here's the question for everyone listening, and it's a direct one. In your key projects, your goals, are you just kind of simmering, putting in effort, sure, but not seeing that big transformation?
Or are you actually generating enough focused heat to hit that boiling point, that breakthrough?
That's what we want to explore today, drawing on Coach Padalecki's insights, the mission. To really get a handle on this activation energy idea in your context and figure out how to actually reach it.
And that analogy Coach P uses, it works so well because we instinctively get it, right? We see these tipping points.
We do.
He makes it clear that our efforts, whatever the field, need that same kind of intensity to really trigger the result we want. Otherwise, yeah, you're just simmering.
And, this idea of needing intense, like all-in effort, it's not just Coach P. He brings up other powerful examples, too.
Like the Socrates one.
Yeah, exactly. The image of a drowning person gasping for air, that's the level of desperate need Socrates said we should have for wisdom, or in this case, for our goals.
It's visceral. And Coach Padalecki also sometimes mentions those Eastern mystics.
Oh, right. The person whose hair is on fire, running desperately towards water.
Yes. It really hammers home that urgency, that absolute necessity for total commitment. What's interesting, though, is sometimes that final push, that last bit of energy needed, it
Yeah.
feels more mental than physical.
That's a great point. Overcoming the inertia, finding that extra degree of heat. Coach P makes it pretty clear. Real breakthroughs, the actual boiling, it demands that full commitment.
And this connects directly to what sources like Peak Performance Today often talk about, which Coach Padalecki references. It's about intentional action being fueled by precisely this activation energy.
Okay, so if we accept this, the big question becomes how? How do we actually generate and apply this energy effectively?
Well, Coach P boils it down to three key things. First, crystal clear goals.
Yeah.
You have to know exactly what boiling looks like for you.
Makes sense. Clarity first. What's second?
Second is wholehearted effort. Showing up fully, not half-hearted, not just going through the motions, but really bringing your best energy.
Okay, clarity, full effort.
And the third,
Consistency, applying that energy consistently over time, not just a burst here and there.
I think that consistency piece is often where things fall apart for people, that
Yeah.
relentless application. It really can be. And Coach Padalecki points out it might just be a seemingly small increase in commitment, what he calls that one extra degree of focused effort that finally gets you over the hump.
That one extra degree. It's not necessarily about doubling your work hours, is it?
No, not at all. It's often more about the focus of the effort, directing it strategically with more determination to break through that specific barrier, the intentionality behind it.
Right. So let's make this really practical for everyone listening. Take a moment, think about your main areas of focus right now.
Coach Padalecki would challenge you. Where are you truly boiling, seeing real progress, real transformation?
And where, if you're honest, are you just simmering? Feeling busy, maybe, but stuck. Could be a project, a relationship, maybe a health habit.
Identify just one specific area where you feel you're in that simmering zone. Where's that gap between the effort you're putting in and the result you crave?
Okay, got one.
Hmm.
Now, here's the critical part, the action step. What is the very next thing you can do? That single concrete action.
Think small, think specific. What's that 1 degree of extra heat you can apply right now or commit to doing today in that area?
Is it making that phone call? Blocking out 30 minutes? Having that tough conversation? Define that very next step.
Because that next action, that's where the rubber meets the road. It's turning clarity and commitment into actual motion. It's applying that first bit of focused energy.
So we'll leave you with this to chew on. What seemingly small shift in your commitment, that slight increase in focus or effort, your 1 degree, could potentially unlock a surprisingly big breakthrough for you.
What's your 1 degree? Really consider that.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.